today is the Ohio State podcast, where I just talk about anything Ohio State related and just help you guys get some info on it, get my opinions on it, etc. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into the podcast, and I hope you guys like it. So, this week's topic is talking about the Ohio State fall practices that have started, and this week was the first week, obviously, and as I'm recording this, there's been 3 practices, so I want to give some insight I have on them, and then give my opinions based off that. So, just anything notable I've seen pretty much. So, on the first day of practice, Sonny Styles was on the watch list, and he's been competing for a linebacker job against C.J. Hicks, and he's been playing pretty well. I'm assuming that they're both trying to get that job because I think they're both pretty good, and I think they're both capable. So we'll see how that ends up happening. Another thing on offense, it seems that Carnell Tate will probably be our wide receiver too. Rounday said that his route running has been really great on that first day at least, and I think he'll probably be the running back too. I think he was wide receiver too. I think he was a wide receiver 3 last year, in my opinion, but we'll see how that plays out. But I think Carnell Tate, he has experience compared to some of the other guys like Jeremiah Smith, and I think he has really great hands and great route running, like Ryan Day said. So I think he deserves running or wide receiver 2, and we'll just see how it pans out though. Maybe in further practices we'll see. The O-line still hasn't really been amazing during the practice, at least day 1. It still remains a point of concern. It's also worth noting that Brandon Inniss and Jeremiah Smith both had pretty good days. Honestly, the quarterback play was somewhat lackluster. There were some bright spots, but some dark spots also. So, take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But quarterback still is probably going to need to be a little better. But thankfully for quarterbacks on the second day, Will Howard was probably the most notable player that people saw. He was having really great flashes and showing QB1 potential for sure. I think it should be the QB1, but he should be the QB1. I think, he's been playing really good on that second day, and he's shown flashes, and if he can just keep those flashes like his normal playing style, he will be really good, man. I think if he can play how he did at Kansas State, maybe get a little better in the passing game, because they're having some underthrows at camp. I think he'll be a really good quarterback. And, Julian Sayin and Devin Brown both showed flashes of being good. On the defensive side, however, Jim Knowles said that the nickel depth is a concern for them on defense. And because right now Lorenzo Styles Jr. is taking care of a shoulder injury, so it's a little thin right there. So hopefully Lorenzo Styles Jr. will be healthy and stuff before we actually start playing games, because that's going to be a pretty important position on defense. So let's hope he gets healthy. And on the third day, Will Howard was another bright spot, and he had another great performance that day. His running ability was a nice benefit to have, and I think Ohio State fans should realize that his running ability is really great. It could be the best thing that we've seen. It probably will be the best thing since Justin Fields, running wise, and I think that's going to be a really great breath of fresh air once you see it in full effect. And I think, first of all, this makes it Will Howard's second practice where he's been pretty good, and I think he should probably be the starter if he plays like that. And then going back to the offensive line, the right guard position is in a battle between Carson Hinsman and Tegra Shabula. I think you say it like that. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. I probably am, but we'll see how that happens. Carson Hinsman has also been playing center, and he's a sophomore. I believe redshirt sophomore, I believe. So we'll see how that pans out. However, on the defensive side, players like Jordan Hancock and Sonny Styles both had great days, so that's always great to hear. And my analysis of the first 3 days is that, Howard can be kind of inconsistent at times. But if he can keep playing how he did the second and third day of camp, then he should easily be the starter. I think his biggest issue seems to be underthrows from what I've heard. And I think he's been sort of bailed out by just how good the wide receiver room is. They're just able to make all those catches that would be underthrown maybe by Will Howard. Honestly, I think the defense continues to be a strong spot of the team. I think linebacker and nickel, like we were talking about, is still going to be a concern, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a concern, to be honest, just because we have people moving in from other positions to help fill out, and also we have Cody Simon, CJ Hicks, stuff like that. So I think we'll be fine on defense. If I were to worry about anything, it's probably on the offensive side of the ball, which sounds crazy, but it's true. I think the O-line needs to improve in order for the team to be able to play at a high level, and that can really affect both sides of the ball. So O-line, we'll hope to see that get improved a little bit in camp before the season starts, and as the season goes on, hopefully they develop and get really solid as a unit. So that's what I've seen and heard from the fall camp practice, the first 3 days. And that's my analysis of it. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. And if you guys did, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment if you want, giving your opinions and thoughts on it. And then make sure to drop a subscribe, because it really helps me out. So I thank you guys so much for watching the video, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.